Are you like Uncle Charlie over here, constantly walking around your yard trying to find service because you only get but maybe 1 bar of cellular service? So you rely on your Wi-Fi connection, but your Wi-Fi connection only works 10, 20 feet outside your house. Today we're going to test a product from Wavlink that will extend your Wi-Fi outdoors several hundred feet. It is surprising how far this reaches. So, join us. Good morning, welcome back to the SometimesBuilds. Today we are testing the Wavlink Arial HD6 here at Uncle Charlie's cabin. This is a IP67 waterproof wireless access point to extend your internet coverage from probably just around your house to over 300 meters. So we're going to be testing that today and seeing just how far down in there we're going to be able to get coverage. Now for some quick specs of this wireless router. Now a lot of these specs here I'm going to have to read off of the spec sheet just because that's a lot to memorize. So this is a Wi-Fi 6 router. That's 802.11ax. It offers speeds of up to 3,000 megabits a second. So that's 574 megabits on a 2.5 gigahertz Wi-Fi spectrum, and then up to 2402 megabits a second on the 5 gigahertz spectrum. That's a pretty good amount of speed if you're talking about way out there in the field. So if you have a lot of devices on your network, this supports up to 128 plus devices all connected to it. So if you have smart switches outside, people using iPads, maybe you're on your phone out in the tractor, you can connect all these devices together and seamlessly they can all use the internet without congesting the connection on it. You'll see in a second when we get to unbox it, but it has 4 external antennas that can use beamforming technology to reach further than other Wi-Fi devices can get. So we're hoping we'll get to the full 300 meters of length of signal strength all the way out there in that field with that. And most importantly, this is IP67 waterproof, meaning you can put this outside and you don't have to worry about it getting damaged in snow, inclement weather, hurricanes, stuff like that. It supports PoE, which is power over Ethernet. So it comes with an adapter that you plug into your house, and then your network cable, your Cat5e, Cat6 network cable, connects to that PoE injector, power over Ethernet injector, and that will send the power along with the data for the internet out to this device. You don't have to have any power connections outside. We're going to connect this to the main network. We're going to use the maximum amount of cable length for this. So that is 100 meters. It's the maximum amount of cable, of Cat5 cable per the standard that you can use before the connection starts to degrade. We're going to run that. We're going to run it all the way out here, and we're going to see just how far we can get our signal coverage, because there is no way. I've never had service way out there. Music drops off, you can't maintain a phone call. And of course, you don't have to be on a farm to use this. You could put this outside by a pool. If you have a restaurant, you could stick this outside to provide coverage out there. You could even take it camping, and you could probably supply internet to everybody in the campsite by connecting to an existing Wi-Fi source, an existing internet source, and then repeating it from this. So there's multiple uses here that are not just if you have 20 acres of yard farmland available. There's multiple different ways you can use this device. So let's get to unboxing and test this out. So next we're going to see what comes in the Wavlink Arial HD6 box. So the cover slides off and you're left with this box here. So inside you have the Wavlink router. Here are the antennas and then accessories. Overall, this is very, very well packaged. It's very easy to see what we need to get to and what we need to use. First, we'll take out the Wi-Fi 6 router. Pretty hefty, feels very, very well built. This is like a plastic housing for it. So down here is, I'm assuming, where it mounts at. This is also where the RJ45, the Cat5e, Cat6 connection will go. And then up on top, there's the, looks like 5 gigahertz antennas are here, and then 2.4 gigahertz antennas are right here. And then there's various mounting options down here on the bottom. Overall, it's pretty light. It feels good to handle. So next we have the 4 antennas. They come in this box right here. Slide the antennas out. That you get, looks like 2 metal, nope, 3, 4 metal zip ties. And then here are each of the powered antennas. We'll slide that out. Dang, that's an antenna. So again, we have the router, or we have the access point itself. 4 of these really, these are like weapon grade here. These are crazy powered antennas there. And then the accessory box, which I'm assuming will have the mounting hardware and the PoE injector. So let's see what's inside there. So power supply, 2 really thick 3M double-sided tape, the mounting hardware, and the this is for when the cable passes into the access point itself, a short cable for testing, and this is the actual PoE injector right here. And then the PoE injector itself. This is vital for setting this up outside, because you don't want to put the power adapter outside. It's not waterproof at all. None of this is waterproof. Only the Wavlink itself is waterproof. So you want to have this inside by your router, because this is where the DC in connection comes. So this is your power. It's coming into this side of the box. And then this is the cable that will connect to your router or switch inside of your house. This is what's going to connect to your home internet. So this device is going to combine the power and the data together, and then the cable that we connect to this that we're going to make is it's going to be about 100 meters long, and then we can take that and run it wherever. We can stick it out on a tree somewhere just to get maximum coverage. But this will have both power and data on it, so we don't have to run any power outside. You don't have to have a contractor come out and install a power outlet just for this device at all. It's going to run on one, which makes it super convenient for setting it up. So now we're ready to set this up. First thing to do is connect these antennas. So as I mentioned here, written on the side is a 2.4G. You're going to look at the top of your access point here, and you'll see that if we're looking at Wavlink and then I spin it around like this, 2.4G is going to be the port 2 and port 4. So, and it just threads in place right like that. Take the next one, which is another 2.4G, connect that in as well, just screws right in. So as you can see here, looking at it, 2.4G is in 1 and 3 if we're looking at it from the front side. And then the other 2 are labeled 5G, same thing, and that goes in 2 and 4. Basically, it's set up. Basically, it's good to go other than configuring it and running the cable. So we're going to find a place to put this out here. We're going to connect the PoE injector in the house. I'll show you that in a second. And then we'll get the wire run, and we'll see how far it actually stretches, because right now it doesn't go out there at all. It barely hits outside. So we'll see how this works. I'm going to go over the process of crimping a RJ45 end on the end of this before we run the full 100 meters out to wherever we're going to do it. So first things first is take one of these stripping tools, and this is a kit you can get on Amazon that has all the stuff you need. Going to break out all of these and make sure I do not lose one of them. All right, so now that we have all 8 connections and nothing is fallen off, we're going to get the orange white and then orange. And again, I'm putting them between my finger and my thumb to keep them pressed together. Then green white and then blue. And I'm undoing them so they're not crossing over each other too much. And then a blue white, and then green, brown white, and then brown. And then from this, you see it's not really straight, so this is when I will hold it like this and bend it together so it starts to straighten out. You want them to be perfectly straight when we slide it in the connector. So I'll just keep working it like that, and see, the more I do that, the more all of the wires come together really straight. So the trick I was taught by my A+ Net Plus teacher Bill was to hold it like this with your thumb, and this is the exact length you need for the connector. It's about 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch there. So you want to hold it right there and pinch it down so all of those stay straight, and then you can take your cutters again, and with the blade facing my thumb, I'm going to cut it right at the edge. Like that, and they go flying everywhere. So now I have all the connections I need right there like that. So looking at the picture that I have here, it's lining up with the flat side of this. You don't want to line it up with the clip. You want to line it up with the flat side, and then you're going to hold it right to there and keep it completely straight and flat, and then push it in and let all of them line up. And you just want to push it in all the way so the jacket sits in there. And then you can take your crimping tool, and there's a nice marker for RJ45. You stick the RJ45 right there and crimp down. And you're done. All right, so we got the end crimped on now. Now we're gonna pull 300 feet out so we have the maximum amount of Cat 5e distance we can use, with Charlie walking around with 2x4s behind us. Yeah. All right, Sam. So what are you at again?
548.
He's gonna be at the neighbor's house before. 300 feet is a long way. What? You said you wanted the cable to be the full 300 feet. Yeah. So this, as you see Sam way out there, this is the maximum 300 feet you can run this access point away from your house, your garage, wherever you want to put it. This is how far away that is. Visual representation. There he is. Here we are. So we are inside and we're going to plug in the PoE injector. Again, there's a DC in, and that's where the barrel jack power cable goes, and then that can be plugged into the wall. And then the supplied Cat 6, Cat 5e cable gets plugged into the LAN data in port on this side. And then now you can take this, see right here, it plugs right into my wireless router. So now on the outside we can plug in the blue cable we just crimped, and then that will get power and Ethernet. Of course we're going to mount this permanently after, but now if I hit the on switch, power and Ethernet is now combined down this blue wire out to the access point. So next is installing the weatherproofing connector. I'm sure there's a fancier name for that, but you take the cap off of it and then take out the rubber seal. The cap goes on first, then you put on this tooth end facing down like that. Then we can plug in the wire like that, wait for it to click. Now I can take this and screw it in. There is a wrench provided in the kit to make that final tight connection to keep any water out. Then you take your rubber grommet, slide it around the wire, and then push it up inside of the teeth. This is going to keep any water from being sealed. This is a compression fitting. So now this is going to slide on, and when this slides on, it's going to squeeze these teeth and then make a seal around the wire so no moisture or anything can get in. And that's also where you want to use the wrench to make that final tight connection. You can see there's a very tight connection here on the bottom of it. And we have a blue status light. What does that mean? Good things. So the default password is admin. So then first is setting the country and region. So we're going to set United States. Time zone, this is going to be UTC -5, 4. Modify administrator password. So we set a new administrator password, and now we can set a new SSID.
I wouldn't make it the same. I'd make it like a 2 if you're going to go the same. I'll just keep it what it was.
I'm going to set it like that just to set it up. Okay, so once you get it configured and set up, you go to waplogin.link. That's waplogin.link, and it'll come up with this Wavlink page. And then from there we can enter the administrator password that we set up and click login. And then from there you can see the CPU usage, that it's connected to the internet, the WAN MAC address, firmware version, uptime is 6 minutes 40 seconds. Right now it's in AP mode, that's access point mode. And you can see the IP address of the device and the 2 Wi-Fi signals it's making. And so at the upper right corner, there's a hamburger menu. You can see that and go back to home, wireless, advanced, and device. So of course we're going to go into advanced and select mode select. So current mode, we're in AP mode. There's repeater mode, AP mode, router mode, and easy mesh agent mode. So for our first test, I have the Wavlink zip tied to my tripod. We have it out here in the middle of the field. And I'm going to use this measuring wheel to see how far, I'm going to go in 100 feet increments, just to see how far downrange this signal can reach. So here we go. And as you can see from the above shot, I am right here, and we're walking straight out to the backfield towards your left. All right, this is the first point. This is 100 feet from the access point. 100 feet from the access point. I'm going to put the speed test to your left. I'm going to do a speed test right now. This is on Starlink internet, so this is about what it gets. So I'm getting about 50 megabits, 60 megabits a second from 100 feet away. Direct line of sight from that Wavlink access point, 73. Okay? 74 megabits right here at this point. So let's go another 100 feet. Here we are now 200 feet from the access point way over there. Running another speed test. $40, $50, $40. Just about the same. Access point's right over there. On my phone, you can see it looks like I still have full bars. So another 53.8. Again, this is on Starlink. And 20 down, or 20 up. So let's go 300 feet. It's way back there. It still says I have full signal on my phone. Running another speed test at 300 feet. "60 megabits a second at 300 feet. That's pretty cool so far. Let's keep going. If I stand between me and the Wavlink, it definitely drops to 2 bars. But as long as line of sight is maintained, welcome to 500 feet. That is, what is that, a football field? I don't know. I don't watch sports. 500 feet. Full bars still. Let's try it again. Wow. Wow. Still getting full speed, basically. Let's keep going. 600 feet. Here we come. 600 feet. I don't even think I'm on the drone's visual range anymore. I didn't expect to go out this far. Run it again. My arm's getting tired from holding this camera and my phone at the same time. Okay, now we're getting 40 megabits a second. Okay, I'm impressed. I thought this would not work so well after about 300. I was wrong. That's crazy. It's full speed. "700 feet, and I just dropped off the Wi-Fi. 700. So let me. Oh nope. As long as I'm facing it, it jumped back on again. We'll test it again. As long as line of sight is maintained. All right. Testing it again. Oh nope. I dropped off again. Let's roll back. Oh, there we go. Back on again. 70. I am still on. Yeah? Yeah, I'm still on it. My hands are getting cold now. I'm out here so long. Full speed. All right. I'm just going to keep going to the edge of the property now. I got the wheel running. 780 feet. Nope. 780 feet, I kind of lose it. I'm right at the fringes here at 780 feet. So 700 feet, 680 feet is like line of sight. You can still get good. Right now, it keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. Let's FaceTime Uncle Charlie. Come outside and see how far away I am.
I should have answered this in the bathroom. So totally.
I am screen recording.
Yeah, that's why it would have been funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
As long as I maintain line of sight, I am 800 feet away from you.
Oh, I see you.
And I am getting 60 megabits a second down.
Wow.
As long as line of sight's maintained. Holy crap.
Let's see. Are you screen recording?
Yeah.
You said you were. Here, wave.
Hi. Yeah. That is some crazy service.
So you're over by the other barn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm past it actually.
We'll see how it works over at the main barn.
We're not even using the length of the cable. I just have it out in the middle of the yard right in front of the house.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's like, cut it as long as the maximum length, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah. All right. I'll get this all back
Yeah.
now.
No,
Wow.
Go try over by the barn and see how it goes.
True. All right. See ya. That is 780 feet. If I maintained line of sight, I can stay 780 feet away from that wireless access point. So now, without the measuring wheel, let's go into the woods a bit. Because there's a barn right over here, and I want to see, do I get wireless at this barn? Does that beam forming really work when you're going through and going around trees? Probably less when the foliage goes in, but it's because it's winter right now. So I am at the barn, the lean-to barn, holding my phone up. I'm standing right in front of a ton of brush. So it won't work like that. It definitely needs some kind of line of sight to the through the wire. Oh, there it is. So I'm standing here. So you can see, you can't see it anymore. It's over there, but you can't see it. So as long as you can mount it somewhere where it's pretty open, so like if you mounted it to the side of your house, anything within line of sight up to like 700 feet, your mileage may vary, should get some pretty decent service. Oh, I got it again. I'm a little bit closer now. You can see I'm getting about 10 megabits a second down, 2 bars of service, but the router, the wireless access point is in that general direction through all of that brush. That's pretty cool. So let's go to the barn. Not the lean-to, but the actual barn. So we're here at the barn. 2 bars of service, just walking. You can see it's in that general direction. I'm getting full speed. We have Wi-Fi at the barn again, or for the first time ever. Full service. And it's just sitting in the front yard. That's crazy. So let me walk back and we'll permanently mount this somewhere. I'm amazed. This is a good product. Okay, now we're at test number 2. You can see it is right there at the top corner of the deck. I just moved the tripod just to try different placements. So right now I can broadcast over this entire valley. So I'm going to go down there to the down area of the valley where we usually go camping at, and then I'll go over to the barn and we'll see how it works from there. If it works, there's 2 places where we might mount it. Right here on this pole, or you see right here behind this tree, it's a telecommunications pole. There's nothing on it. So we might go right to the top of that and put it up there. So again, it really needs to be line of sight. It's very, very focused on line of sight. So I probably couldn't be able to put something on the other side of this barn. And there we go. 41. Now we're gonna ride down into the valley. That's where we usually camp, and see what the signal is there, because there's a better line of sight there. I'm gonna go the long way around. You can see the house is right out there. You can barely see it. Do I have service from out here? Yes. Let's try a speed test from out here. Yep. It's hard to see, but A solid 35. So when you get service, you get service. You get it all. 50 some megs. And we've never gotten service way out here before. I'll show you with our, granted, you see there's no foliage. So that might change in the spring. We'll come back and test this in the spring again. So now I'm going to go and show you the furthest point of service we used to have when we were just using a regular router before we got the Wavlink router. Or the Wavlink access point. This is how far the internet worked with just the normal router we had before we got the Wavlink access point. As you can see, we are maybe 200 feet from the house, and it was very limited to maybe 25 feet in either direction. If you walk too far back there, gone. If you walk over there, gone. You can see this is where we camped at because there's our fire pit stuff over there and over there. And the house is right there, really close. And just for fun, full bars. Wow. 85 megabits down. We've never had this fast service down here. We had just enough before. So that's pretty good. I definitely recommend this product. These are speeds we've never seen here. This will take the Uncle Charlie's Cabin to definitely new technological heights. So pretty much where the tripod was, we're putting it on this post here to overlook the barn and the creek. It comes with 2 metal fasteners. However, we don't know how permanent this is going to be yet, so we don't want to use the metal fasteners. It also comes with a wall mount option if you wanted to screw in and attach it to the wall. Or like most things on this channel, zip ties and duct tape. Oh, self-tappers. Can't forget the self-tappers. So this is the just temporary solution for this Wavlink access point. We have the cable running down there, behind all the mess, giant spools right here, and then going in the window. You can do it in a much professional manner, but you can be like us and just get it done because this place is under construction all the time. So that's that. And that is going to be a wrap for this video. We unboxed and we installed and tested the Wavlink AX1800. That is the Arial HD6. I think I'm pronouncing it right now. I was calling it Wavlink before, and there's no E in there. So the Wavlink Arial HD6. This was provided to us by Wavlink, so huge thanks to them for letting us try it out and letting us review it with our own opinions and just see how we like it and how we would use it in the channel at Uncle Charlie's Cabin. We went 700 feet down that yard. That's pretty amazing. We'll see how it stands up over time. As you see, we've installed it on the back of Uncle Charlie's Cabin, so we'll see how it stands up, and you'll see it in future videos as well. But that is going to be a wrap for this video. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. We'll be happy to answer, and I will leave a link to the Wavlink in the description below. So I will see you next time. Peace.